every adversity, there is said to be an opportunity. And during this coronavirus pandemic, as small businesses, our question is there any good come out of it? Now, as a small business out there struggling to make ends meet, we are bound to try find ways to safeguard our small businesses and cushion these businesses against the impacts of this pandemic. Welcome to the Magnates Lounge, the place where we mold business magnets. My name is Tom Charles, and I'll be your host. I'll be sure to bring you great content that will help you build your business. Now, on today's show, we are going to talk about cushioning your small business against the impacts of the coronavirus pandemic. Engage with our content on Facebook at Kafith Digital TV, on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kafith TV. This is the Magnates Lounge with me, Tom Charles. Entrepreneurs are known world over for finding that opportunity amidst all troubles. Now, during this pandemic, there are new business models that people have developed. There are business opportunities and ideas that have come up that did not exist before. Now, people right now produce face masks, sanitizers, hand washing soaps, and a lot of other stuffs that did not exist previously to the general public. Right now, we have online transaction payments that are made by businesses just to ensure they keep up with this trend. Now, as a small business, you're wondering, what's your role in all of this? Now, if you don't want to die, if you don't want to close your shop, then you will have to step up and go with the flow. And with going with the flow, you want to cushion yourself against all the negative and adverse effects of this pandemic, so that when economic crisis hits the land and both huge and small businesses close, you want to be in the trend. You want to keep your business moving. Now, the government is doing its part, providing funds. The government has provided tax levy. There are online platforms to enlighten the public and small businesses on how they can guard themselves against the impact of this pandemic. And even landlords, I am aware, some landlords are providing levy or waiver for the rent. But even in such cases, we find that small businesses are not able to capitalize on these opportunities. Small businesses still close shop. Now, we are going to find out exactly what you can do as a small business to make sure that your business keeps on surviving during this time and thriving after this pandemic. Now, on the show today, I will be featuring two young men in their businesses who are doing great work while at home. They are students, and it will be an inspiration to all the students out there on how best they can use their time at home so that they are not involved in any nasty stuff, but they are using their time wisely and productively. That will come in our startup segment, and later in the show, I will be having guests with me to help us analyze exactly how, as a small business, you can cushion your business against all these negative impacts, how you can input strategies and ideas to help you grow your business. So first is the startup segment, where we go to the streets, feature young dynamic business, and I believe you will be inspired by this incredible story. As the sun sets in the streets of Migori town, now it's still business as usual, considering that the curfew hours have been extended. Some people are taking advantage of that, and by some, I mean some incredibly young guys who are doing a lot of stuff with their time at home. Now we are meeting these guys here in the streets of Migori town, and we just want to feature their business as young people for all the young people out there who are doing absolutely nothing, you should consider this business, you should consider these ideas so that you can also grow together. We niaje?
Poa.
Yeah. Habari za majioni?
Nzuri.
Hizi naendeleaje?
Inaenda tu poa.
Niko poa.
Ni kaso.
Oh, so tumekam picha busy yenu kuangalia tu venye vijana kama nyinyi wanaweza endelea wakiwa home, you know, juu shule imefungwa. So maybe tuanze, mtuambie jina lenu.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa David Odhiambo Zakari.
David. Na huyo?
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Paul Otiero.
So hii ni biz gani mnarana hapa hivi town?
Choma tu smoky na mayai.
Mm.
So hii ni are you brothers ama you friends ama nini?
We are just friends. Yeah, tunatoka tu mtaa mmoja. Hivyo tulikaa chini tukaona hii idea, tukaanza tunaweza kama up na idea nyingine kuanza project nyingine inaweza leta kitu. At the end of the day tukaona tunaweza choma hika kitu tao. Tutafute do.
Yeah. So you look young. Nyinyi wanafunzi ama mmemaliza shule ama nini?
Si bado ni wanafunzi.
Oh, nyinyi wanafunzi. So venye corona imeleta watu nyumbani, nyinyi mkaamua ni busy. Oh, sasa mlianza aje busy?
Kujala idea. Tukaambia Masa, akaona idea ni poa. Yeah, pia akaona invest yani. Tuka make.
So ni kama Masa pia investment yake iko kwa busy.
Yeah.
So mkitoka jioni, juu ni busy ya majioni, si ndio? So watu walikuwa wanasema juu kapi imekuwa extended, bora saa ya mtura. So sasa hii bora saa ya smoky pia. So mnarudi kwa nyumba saa ngapi?
Saa 2 late, tunaenda saa 1:30, saa 2 late yani. Inategemea venye ilikuwa. Maybe mchana unaweza pata hakuna do. Hapo night unapata watu wakitoka kazini wanachukua kienda kwa nyumba. So ina depend na venye market iko.
So like okay, mlisema nyinyi wanafunzi, si ndio? So watu wameenda home, mkakakaa kidogo, mkaamua kuinvest kwa hii business. So it seems like this stuff in grill, si ndio? Grill mlikama up nayo aje, mkaunda smoky, mkatoa wapi, mayai mkatoa wapi?
Grill, kusema kwa grill nayo tuliongea na parents, wakaona venye wanaweza kutengeneza smoky nayo ile pocket money wazazi wanatupatia ile ndogo. Tukaanza nao tukanunua pako moja tukaweka na hizi boilo tukatafuta mtaani tukwaso na kwanza tukachukua 10 tukaweka. So venye ina expand ndio tukapata hiyo.
So mnauzaje smoky, mnauzaje mayai?
Kwa smoky tunauza 30 bob na mayai ni 20 bob.
Hakuna ka wholesale price hapo hivyo msee akichangamka. So okay, kuna vijana huko home kwa news mostly wamesema story ya early pregnancy, vijana wako lazy home. Nyinyi hiyo time mmechukua, at least mmeanzisha busy hivi. So hao vijana wengine mnaweza wa advise aje? Poa.
Tunaweza waambia watoke tu nje, watafute shughuli wajifanyie shughuli.
Wewe mbona unataka Masa kupe do ununue nayo credo?
Unajua Masa pia huwezi tegemea Masa kila saa, na pia anakulisha, anakulia nguo. Saa ingine saa tena ni ngumu sana. Like in future utakuwa hapo mbele, utakuwa peke yako, utaanza depend on yourself. So tumeanza tu mapema.
So unajua ni corona imefanya mko hapa.
Ni corona.
Otherwise mngekuwa shule. So mngependa historia kwa mimi endelee kidogo busy shike ama mrudi msome mfanye exam?
Kusema sisi tungetamani kurudi shule na hiyo disease, due to that disease, so imetuweka tumekaa nyumbani, tuna mkali down, tunasoma kidogo daytime hadi kitu saa 6 hapo tunakuja tunaangalia venye tunaweza choma smoky tujione kama tunaweza survive nayo kidogo. Umejua parent huwezi omba kesho tena, kila time huwezi enda. So leo tuanze tu hiyo busy. Na sisi ni form 4 tunaenda kumada shule. So inatufinya tu sana. Tunaanza
shule gani?
Mimi naye niko Peil and Poel lako Poel ako Kodero bara.
Sawa sawa. So huyo ni customer sasa anashughulikiwa.
Ndio.
So big ups, mko na ma schoolmates ningependa kuambia staff.
Mimi nakotea hapo la kiwasirare hapo. Namwambie tu jamaa, tu survive tu, tuangalie vile tunaweza survive man. Hatuwezi kaa tu hivyo.
Wewe unaweza ambia classmates wako aje?
Mimi naweza waambia waanze kuangalia to the future, to the coming future, waanze ku depend on themselves. Like also kuwa 18 soon unamaliza shule, unafaa kuanza kuangalia mbele.
Aanze kujipanga mapema. So hii busy kishika igrow, mnataka kuenda wapi after hiyo?
Tufungue tu biashara nyingine sasa, tunaifungua kubwa sasa.
Hiyo ni after shule mmemaliza. But inaanzanga hivi mdogo. So mimi pia naweza pata ka smoke brother, nasikia njaa. Sasa simchangamkie smoke moja. Alafu sasa ni kwa mafans wenye wako huko nje, kuna kafi, si mnaweza waambia wachangamkie wa watch pia sio show ya Biz, hata hao walan ku watch Biz.
Biz ni muhimu hapa nje madama. Lazima tuzoee, hakuna education inasaidia place zingine. Kaa hapa tumejua kuna venye inatusaidia. Hadi nyinyi hapo mnaweza tu survive, yani muangalie kile mnaweza fanya inaweza leta daily. Hiyo ndio inaweza bika kuna.
It's okay msee. Sasa busy endelee. Sasa kapi mkwe kwa nyumba.
Sasa.
So that's it from the streets of Migori town, and I'm glad to be hosting these very intelligent, young, brilliant, industrial guys. And as you can see, if you're home, you can be doing something with your time at home. So to all the young people out there, just get going with whatever thing you can do. This is the Magnates Lounge, and I'm your host, Tom Charles.
Now, that's the story David and Powell in their small business, and it's inspiring, and as well, it's incredible considering how the young people are spending their time at home. We find that it's a big up to those guys and to all other young men out there, young women out there who are spending this time so well. Congratulations, guys. And on me, with me to the studio right now are two ladies who are going to take us through today's content, talking about cushioning small businesses against the impacts of coronavirus. And I have Sonia here and Faith. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, so maybe you'd introduce yourselves first.
I'm Faith from CubeTech Solutions, and it's my pleasure to be here.
Welcome. It's a pleasure to host you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Ogutwa Jambo Sonia. It's a pleasure to be here too as a guest.
Oh, thank you. So, Sonia and Faith, first up, we'd like to analyze the business that Powell and David are running. What exactly do you find inspiring about their business or their personalities?
Okay, those are hardworking boys, and I'm really happy for whatever they're doing, being young men in this challenging society. And okay, making little money, that's a good thing for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think about them or the business?
It's a good business, and I'd love to urge them to continue with that same spirit. Being that they're young men, they have the energy to do that. And being that they're also school-going children, it gives them a wider scope of what they can be able to do in the near future. And it will help them and let them keep doing it. Mm-hmm. And if at all they have that time, let them expound and expand on it too.
Okay. But, you know, they're just starting up because it's because of this coronavirus that they are home and they have the opportunity to run that business. So they have not been in this field for a while. So what challenges should we expect to face as young guys just starting up their businesses? What do you think they are to look forward to, like the challenges?
One of the challenges that they're working at night, or not necessarily night, but from
late evening.
6 to 8, as you have termed it, late evening. So they might have challenges of insecurity or rowdy people around them. They might tend to get into their businesses or maybe steal from them.
Because they're
or
young.
the challenge of fake currencies, because it's also during the night, we don't have the machines to detect fake currencies. So that can also be a challenge to them.
So they should look at that, those issues like the security in terms of going home in the evening and the currency.
And on the currency aspect, it's a pandemic. We are in the period of a pandemic this time. I think they should opt for online transacting, and which that can involve M-Pesas. But still, with that, they also have to take a caution, because some people might do that, and then when they get back, they reverse that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think they should look forward to the challenges?
Okay, being we are on a pandemic period, the best thing they should do is to watch out for themselves and their bags, and try to keep safe. Yeah.
Yeah, so David and Powell, you're watching, so just be sure you keep safe. As much as you're selling for guys smokies, just keep yourself safe so that you get to live another year, grow your business. Now, the two guys are running a business. They're students running a business. What other activities can students who are home at this moment can involve themselves in?
One of the activities students can involve themselves is one being the physical aspect. They can keep themselves physically fit to avoid the lifestyle diseases. Like right now they ain't studying, so a lot of the energy is being stored, and that can end up giving them lifestyle diseases like cancer, diabetes, hypertension, name them. So physical activities does not only involve the gym aspect of it, but they can involve themselves in agricultural activities like farming. You can just dig a small garden, plant your tomatoes, kumawiki, or everything that they feel that they can do, and sell them to the society, or they can use them for consumption at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The county government or not, okay. There's this education going on online. They can keep themselves in that. Yeah, it's the time to continue learning. Like we just on a break.
Yeah.
It's not like education has ended due to this pandemic. Soon they'll be going back to school.
Hopefully.
So not hopefully.
Okay, I was actually asking them whether they want the pandemic to continue so that the business catches up. And they were like, nah, we just want to go to school.
So because they're hopeful they'll go back to school,
Yeah.
I think they should keep learning. They can exhaust online learning. They can be
Platforms.
open to anything, like find their teachers wherever they are and try keeping up with school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Powell and Dave were saying that it's their parents who have helped them establish the business. But we find that some parents are not as supportive when it comes to their young ones starting businesses on their own, with specific reference to evening business. So if a young person, a student, wants to start a business and the parent is not cooperating, is not supportive, cannot allow them to do that, a way around that situation, or they just stop and forget about business?
No, one of the things their parents are doing is bad, or it's quite bad. One of the things I know with parents is that they have fear of unknown.
Sure.
So that fear of the unknown, actually, you'll find that when a parent has kids of both gender, female and male, the parent, if it's a late evening business, the parent will prefer the male ones to go for that business,
Sure.
unlike the female ones, because of the fear of the unknown. In as much as you have nurtured your kid to be a good one, but that fear of the unknown to the female or the girl child society, it's too much. So you find that the male child are the ones allowed to do that because generally they are known to, they can defend themselves.
Okay.
And then you find that if at all you are not given that chance to do what you want, still the door is not locked. That is just a window that is locked, but the door is left opened. So you'll find that you can still engage yourself in a lot of activities. Like I had said before, agricultural activities, they are not done at night. You can still do them during the day, and that product is ready. Still during the day, you can still sell them.
All right.
And get whatever you want.
Okay, times are tough, and
Sure.
you and I both know that. So I won't judge a parent who let her kids or their kids go an extra mile to fend for themselves. Just the same way I won't judge a parent who is trying to keep their kids from going out.
Yeah.
Provided you're sure of their safety and they can assure you they're safe, then, okay, the reason is best known to the parent. Why letting them go or keeping them. But either way, we just pray for things to get better.
To get better.
Yeah.
So what can this young one do if he was interested in a business?
Pursue it.
Pursue it.
Yeah.
Against
Or
the
what do you
wishes
mean?
of the parent.
When the parent is not willing.
Yeah. The parent is not willing
For
to
a
support
parent
or to allow.
not, okay, sorry. For a parent not to be willing to let the child pursue whatever desire they have, maybe they're capable of providing. Like they see no need of this child going out an extra mile because they're able. Because there's no any able parent who let a school-going child or rather an underage to go out in the darkness to start fending for themselves.
Okay, and that is, I got this from somewhere that the parents who are rich, who probably got from nothing to something through their sweat, usually don't want their own kids to do what it takes to reach there. So they feel like it's hard work. People will think that I'm not feeding them. People will think this and that. But then I think also these young ones need to just get their own strengths in a way.
Point of correction.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a parent who from nothing to something.
You don't think so?
No. There's always something that parent has done. Either way, even if you got that thing from a silver platter, but there's a way of maintaining the status.
All right.
Yes.
For those who came from rags to riches, they are not as open to having their kids work as hard and sacrifice as much as they did to get to their point. That's what I was saying.
Now, according to me, such a parent is instilling, actually, the parent is sowing something that the parent will not be able to weed.
All right.
Or if at all the parent will weed, that parent will not harvest a good thing. This is based on, that parent is not teaching the child something called patience or perseverance. When the child needs this, immediately, pap, amepewa. So, you know, that will bring a mentality to the child. Whenever I want anything, I don't have to work for it. And at times, you, as a parent, you have to train your kids. Even if something is there, you have to deny them so that they have that patience and perseverance to get it. They know that is the thing I want, but I can't get it. You're teaching them patience and perseverance.
They have to go and get it for themselves.
Yes, they have to work for it,
I think,
but in the right way.
I think that is something that most parents should look into, not just to give their kids everything just because they want to have them. And now, before we take a short break, I would have each of you tackle one thing. Now, would you provide a business advice to these two gentlemen? And after she's done, would you kindly provide an inspiration to all the other young students, youth out there on how to usefully spend their time?
Okay, these kids, the thing I'll advise them to do is to look onto other things. Okay, 6 to 8 is not really a good time for a student or rather a school-going child. Yeah, they're too young for that. However, maybe they'll be 18 or 17 or 20 or something, they're still kids.
Okay.
They might look into other things like my friend said earlier. they can do agriculture or whatever, but anything but not something that will go beyond the dusk.
Okay.
Yes.
So they should check into their business model, because the business they're running is basically selling at 6 to 8.
And that's not the only business available.
All right.
Yes, there are others too that are available. They can look into them.
All right.
Yeah.
So if it places their lives at risk, let them consider.
It's not worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think they are listening to you right now. All right. So, an inspiration to the youth out there.
Before that inspiration, in every business or in everything that you want to take, you have to be cautious and you have to take a risk. And I'd like to congratulate you for having taken that risk. But I know in that risk, they're also cautious of what you're talking of. I know they had been cautious, and because before you start a business, you have to look at the negative aspect and the positive aspect. And if they felt that that is what they could do at the moment, they can continue with it, but still they can add something unto it so that at least they're not at risk, or they find themselves a safer place. And my inspiration is to everyone who wants to start a business or who has started a business because of this pandemic, just keep going. This is the time that you can invest well, and you know, something that you have done for yourself is much better other than something that you have received from someone. Actually, there is nothing for free. If you're given something for free, ask that person, why are you giving it for free? So I thank them, and just keep pressing on. And if you are up the ladder, let nobody discourage you like you'll get down. No, let that person climb the ladder and find you up there. Ningesema mkutane hapo juu, usishuke wewe, akufuate.
All right. We say see you at the top.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So to David and Powell, we are so proud of you guys, and we just hope you keep pushing the bar to a higher level. To all of you who want to promote their business, they are located opposite the Safaricom House building, just next to Post Bank. You go there in the evening and promote those guys and learn from them. Now we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to delve into the content of today, which is cushioning small businesses against the impacts of this pandemic. This is the Magnates Lounge, and I'm your host, Tom Charles.
As the sun sets in the streets of Migori town, now it's still business as usual, considering that the curfew hours have been extended. Some people are taking advantage of that, and by some, I mean some incredibly young guys who are doing a lot of stuff with their time at home. Now we are meeting these guys here in the streets of Migori town, and we just want to feature their business as young people. For all the young people out there who are doing absolutely nothing, you should consider this business, you should consider these ideas so that you can also grow together. We niaje?
Poa.
Yeah. Habari za majioni?
Nzuri.
Hizi naendeleaje?
Naenda tu poa tu.
Uko poa?
Ni kaso.
Oh, so tumekam picha bizi yenu kuangalia tu venye vijana kama nyinyi wanaweza endelea wakiwa home, you know, juu shule imefungwa. So maybe tuanze, mtuambie jina yenu.
Kwa majina mimi naitwa David Odhiambo Zakari.
David. Na huyo?
Kwa majina mimi naitwa Powell Otiero.
So hii ni biz gani mnarana hapa hivi town?
Choma tu smoky na mayai.
So hii ni are you brothers ama you friends ama nini?
We are just friends. Yeah, tunatoka tu mtaa mmoja. So tulikaa chini tukaona hii idea, tukaanza tunaweza kama up na idea nyingine, kuanza project nyingine inaweza leta kitu. At the end of the day tukaona tunaweza choma hika kitu tao, tutafute do.
So you look young. Nyinyi wanafunzi ama mmemaliza shule ama nini?
Si, bado ni wanafunzi.
Oh, nyinyi wanafunzi? So venye corona imeleta watu nyumbani, nyinyi mkaamua ni busy. Sasa mlianza aje busy?
Kuja idea, kaambia Masa, akaona idea ni poa.
Pia akaona
anaweza spend invest yani tuka make.
So ni kama Masa pia investment yake iko kwa busy.
Yeah.
So mkitoka jioni, juu hii ni busy ya majioni, si ndio? So watu walikuwa wanasema juu kafi imekuwa extended, bora saa ya mtura. So sasa hii bora saa ya smoky pia. So mnarudi kwa nyumba saa ngapi?
Saa 2 late, tunaenda saa 1:30, saa 2 late yani. Inategemea venye ilikuwa. Maybe mtano.
Welcome back to the Magnates Lounge on Kafith TV. Engage with our content on Facebook at Kafith Digital TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kafith TV. The talk of today is on cushioning small businesses against the impacts of coronavirus. And on the show, I have Sonia and Faith to help us understand exactly what strategies as small businesses we should be putting in place to ensure that we survive this pandemic and that we thrive after the pandemic. So first up, we just want to know, okay, is there something the government is doing first up to help small businesses or to help businesses at all in cushioning them against this pandemic?
Thank you. One of the things I think the government has done on the transport sector, I think they have done that by providing masks and sanitizers. So I think that is a step a little higher, or a notch higher. I think they've done that. That is what I think they have done.
Personally, I haven't anything the government has done. I've just heard of it. But I've not seen. Even the mask you're talking about, I've not seen. So, and if at all they've done something, I think they should do better.
Okay. Okay. If I, just for a second, defend the government, I've had the president talking about funds that are going to be disbursed for SMEs, small businesses. There's tax relief for people who are doing businesses. And maybe the masks she's talking about, even at the county level, if they're providing some relief, is that good enough to help small businesses?
You don't expect 100% help.
Okay.
I believe they have done their part, though they have not reached the expected target, but they have done their part. Actually, we are humans, and the body loves a soft and quiet place. You can't sit there and wait for somebody to bring for you a mask or some help or something else that you yourself can't get for yourself personally. So they've done their part. It has not reached the expected point, but I feel they have done their part. And apart from that, what my fellow has said that she hasn't seen, it's because not all the sectors have been reached, but I think 3/4 of the sectors have been reached. So the quarter, maybe the quarter that they have left are the majority. And they're not reached. That is why it's like they have not been reached.
Okay. So even as you talk about, hearing about what the government is doing but not seeing any impacts, would we be fair enough to say that in as much as the government is doing something, it's not reaching the small businesses? And if so, what can we do about it as now the small businesses?
Okay, maybe the government is doing that.
Yeah.
And the channels followed. They're not organized enough to reach to the projection, wherever they projected them to be.
Okay.
They just get lost somewhere. I don't know where, but they don't reach.
Someone would say this is Kenya.
Actually, this is Kenya. People drink tea and soda, so this is Kenya. We are not shocked.
Sausages.
We are not shocked. Yeah.
But the government knows it is trying to reach the small businesses.
Yeah, maybe somebody's up there is trying. Okay, fine. The government is doing its part. But now that channel, as my fellow is saying, is now the problem.
Okay.
Because you also know the government cannot, from the national government and then boom, to Kihancha, to Ukunda, they can't do it on a personal. They have to follow the channel. So there is a problem between the channel and the middlemen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So enough with the government. What are small businesses supposed to do to cushion themselves? Because the government is doing its part. What part should we play?
As small
businesses, yes.
The part that you should play is, actually there's some businesses that have shut down because of this pandemic.
Yeah.
We all know that, and it's a pinch to the body when you feel like somebody cannot do whatever that person used to do because of this pandemic. And to the other small businesses, I think those people have engaged in the seasonal businesses, like the selling of masks and sanitizers.
Sure.
But I urge them to continue with that because at least this pandemic has taught us good hygiene habits.
Okay.
So the sanitizers can be of good use. The soap can still be of good use.
Yeah.
And those people making masks, it's just a matter of funding or support so that they can make quality masks that they can use it in hospitals.
Okay.
And then the hospitals, actually, hospitals and engineering places is where masks are used a lot. So in case the pandemic ends, I think they can still continue with that, though of higher quality, and they can sell them to the hospitals and those engineering aspects.
All right, Faith. With or without the government support, what do you think the small businesses can do?
Okay, the small businesses can keep going even though it's hard. The only advice I could give them is continue going. And if you are on an institution where you are getting paid and unfortunately you've been laid off, look at a further picture, think outside the box, start your own business. Or don't die because something didn't work somewhere. Yeah.
When you talk about keep going, someone out there who runs a bar, someone out there who used to run a hotel or a restaurant did stop because the government said, so they just come back up when they had spent all their resources, all the money that they had saved. So how do they resurface again?
Okay, this thing was just, it was not permanent.
Sure.
It was not meant to last forever. It was just for some time, then they'll embark their businesses. So, okay. But still, it has not closed completely. The government gave out a timeline where they can work during the day and, okay. Now, they can just be patient. Just a little patience is needed. A little patience, sorry. So that you can also tackle the pandemic. Because all these are not happening because the government wants us to close, the government wants the economy to run down. There's something we are tackling, and that's the pandemic.
All right.
Yeah.
With the patience, in addition to that patience, I believe somebody who started a bar and that person closed down. A bar, actually it sells, what does a bar sell?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Now what is stuff?
Alcohol.
Alcohol. Now in particular, if actually right now the economy is so low, so somebody won't wish to spend his or her money on alcohol at this particular time that we are in, unless that person is addicted, yes, done. But when you had closed the bar, you were selling alcohol. I bet from your savings, you can at least do some soft drinks if you closed down, because soft drinks, actually, they'll sell much more than alcohol. And the number of users of soft drinks are higher than the users of alcohol, because even children can take sodas, juice. So I believe that person who was in a band, it closed, can go for the soft aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, I wouldn't really agree with you when you say that someone might not have the money to, spend on alcohol. You don't know people out here, That's why it's booming, because there's someone who is addicted to that particular product or service that they offer.
It's a fewer percentage that is addicted, because most or the money
Sure.
mates they go there, so I also have to go along with them.
Okay.
So at a particular point, and if at all you feel that pain, like in your workplace, you've seen people are laid off, why would you still want to? You have that opportunity to get that money, that source of income, and then you still want to misuse this source of income that someone ain't getting. At least save that money or use it to help somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the main thing for small businesses who had shut is to adjust, come up with another plan quickly and bounce back up.
Yeah.
Okay. So if in any case this pandemic ends, what long-term business lessons should we learn from the disruptions that can come into an economy? Because we find that bars are closing, but people still need food. Is there some fields we should be focusing on?
Okay, first lesson. Okay. The first thing we'll learn about this pandemic is that things change. Nothing stays constant. And to a common mwananchi, not really the investors or the percentage that was laid off or the percentage that are having it hard working, people should now engage in so much saving, cutting down costs, like living a luxurious life. The pandemic has taught us a lot of things. There are things it's not a must we live with them.
Sure.
There are things we can cut out and still just be okay. Yeah.
There are essential services
True.
that even if times are bad, we will just try to maintain those ones.
Yeah, you ask yourself, do I really need this? Do I really need alcohol? If I don't, and even when all this will end, hopefully people will continue the same way of life as they are doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your input?
Actually, what a long-term thing that I know won't mess people up is the agricultural sector. The reason why I'm saying this severally is because whether you're sick, you're not sick, you're working, you're not working, you have to eat.
Absolutely.
People have to eat.
Yeah.
So the agricultural sector, it's a long-term thing. And when you invest on it quite well, not like a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that will bring, some perspective to people who are doing business currently. But then another breed of entrepreneurs have come up, people who are now entering the business world, providing services that we did not have. Before Corona, I didn't know about the face sanitizer or things like that. But because there's this pandemic, we are having people produce or manufacture such products because it is in demand. What happens when all this is done with and then we don't need those services or products anymore? How can they plan for such a time?
Actually, as I had said before, those people manufacturing such things, there is just a specific sector that needs those products in demand or in a higher demand, like the hospitals.
Long term.
Yeah. So I believe the people who are in that seasonal, we can term it seasonal as per now because that is not what they were doing. So they can still continue doing it, though of a higher notch, and take them to that specific sector that needs them. Yeah.
Okay, the people selling masks and sanitizers and whatever. Sanitizers are what we need in a day-to-day basis, with or without the COVID-19. We will need them still, of which, on my perception, I think it's not going to end, and they should not back off because the pandemic is over. They should they should go a step higher to tell people the benefits of it, of which some of us know. But they just keep, like my fellow friend has said, that they just keep on with it. They don't stop because the pandemic has stopped.
They shouldn't stop because actually this corona, we've been told, we've heard, we've read that it can breed well in an environment that is unhygienic. And with sanitizers, it kills it. And then we also have cholera. Now when you use the sanitizers, you maintain good hygienic standards. I'm pretty sure those diseases that dwell in unhygienic places, they'll not be with us.
Okay. And one more thing, the face mask don't only help on corona. It really prevents a lot of things, even
dust,
coughing, sneezing, and these are things that are there with us every day.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Before corona, if you saw someone using a mask in town, you'd think he's a gangster or something like that.
Now, thanks to corona.
Like honestly.
Yeah. Not even a gangster. You'll think that this person is behind something. Not unless yeye ni daktari, he has the lab coat and everything. Yeah. You'll be like, is this person mad?
But at least with corona, we've known that, okay, we needed this, and we have a little knowledge about what it can do apart from COVID-19. You know, before then, we didn't have a really tangible reason why we should, but after all this is said and done with, we'll know, okay, this...
Now we know better.
Yeah.
We can say all thanks be to Corona.
Now, there are small businesses, you talked about laying people off. There are small businesses who are trying to save on cost, especially overhead costs and maybe salaries, and they are sending people home. You know, is that a long-term strategy, or is it going to hurt the economy?
It's not hurting the economy per se, because you can't ask an employer to keep retaining an employee when the business is not bringing anything on board. The business can only pay if it's able to pay for itself. That's when it can pay for the people working there. So I think this laying off and maybe paying on half salary, it's just for a moment. Yeah, it's gonna pass. So the only thing we can do is adjust our livelihood and minimize our expectations about life.
No tough times last. I can add that. No tough times last. Actually, even Jesus was tempted. It never lasted. True. So just keep that spirit, and I hope all will be well, and everyone will have something to fend for themselves.
All right, so the message is that whatever happens, you keep moving forward. So as a small business out there during this time, just make sure you keep your business going. It does not matter what steps you're making. It can be slow, but just moving forward. So we are going to take another short break. Come back, we will finally try to understand the businesses that both Faith and Sonia are involved in, and then we will wrap it up from there. Keep tuned. All right, so welcome back to the last segment of the Magnates Lounge. It's me, Tom Charles. You keep engaging with us on our Facebook page at Kafith Digital TV, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kafith TV. And now, on this final segment of the show, we are going to understand and get to know more about our guests today who have gone with us through the topic, which was cushioning small businesses against the impacts of coronavirus. So we'd like to know what they really do and what actions they are taking forward to maintain their businesses and to ensure that they grow. So Faith, let's start with you. So what business are you in?
Okay, I work for an IT firm, Cube Tech Solutions. We deal with both technical and other informational activities. Mm-hmm. We do branding, printing, everything to do with IT as general. Uh-huh. Yes.
All right. Sonia?
I do with web designing, database management, data security, Python development, Java development, Android development, the 9 languages actually, coding apps, those apps that you people are using on your phones. I can actually train you or teach you how to make an app like the one that is controlling traffic in Nairobi right now on that highway that is supposed to be, and that one that was said that they're supposed to pay 300. Actually, that app was designed when I was back in high school.
Really?
And Kidero bought that app. So it's something that when you are, actually you can monetize your geniusness. So you can do it, it pays, it earns actually.
Okay.
So it's all about
Apps.
patience with it. It's computer at a higher level. You code it, you code everything. Actually the Apple aspect, you can just make an app like Leo, like let a food app, you can create it. You can create an app that controls everything. Or when you are here, you want to see somebody there without a CCTV, you can still use an app. Yeah. Now it's all about coding. It deals with codings, then you form an app, then you can sell it to Safaricom, those companies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if people want to find your business, where are you located?
Okay, we are located behind Equity Bank, adjacent to Kisii.
Yeah.
The street behind Equity Bank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your business?
It's Safaricom House, third floor. Yeah.
Okay. So talking about your individual businesses, it's like there's a way you guys click. Are you in the same field? Is it IT? Is it communication? Are you guys in the same field?
Yeah, I can say we are in the same field because we're both dealing with IT. Yeah.
And I can say mine deals with telecommunication engineering. And IT is part of what I do. So it's inside that. It's more of in the same field, computers and the likes.
So IT is part of your telecommunication field?
Actually, you cannot code an app when you're not conversant with IT.
Yeah. Talking about coding apps, do you have plans of bringing the next big thing like, say, Facebook, WhatsApp, Sender, or such
You
stuff?
can do everything you want so long as you have the codes and you're ready to think and bring your idea onto board. You can, by the way, some time back, actually, it's only that, while you're in high school and you're young and you have that idea, so somebody come and undermines you because you don't have the funds. Your mind that cannot think about that. Okay. So they undermine you. But actually you can sue them.
Right.
If you feel like you have that, it's yours originally, you can sue them.
Intellectual property rights.
Yeah, so you can sue them. So it's all about coding. You can make anything you want so long as actually the main aim of making these things is to help the society.
Okay. To make life easier.
To make life easier.
Okay. So in your business, if someone wants to access your services, it's mostly IT, right? So
yeah.
First, was it really affected by the coronavirus? Because IT is like virtual, it's cloud. So was it affected?
Yes, being a new business, we were really greatly affected. We laid off 4 workers.
Wow.
Because of this pandemic, because the business was really low. And just like any other business, we were not able to pay.
Sure.
And so far we have even other workers working on a pay cut. Yeah. Okay.
So how do you package your services, and would you mind sharing how you price them for those who can be interested on printing, graphics, and everything that you do?
Yeah, we've really gone down due to this pandemic again. We've really gone down in our pricing. Like normally we did the branding of T-shirts and motor vehicle branding. We down by half of the price. Yeah.
So is it a strategy to bring in customers, or is it a strategy to stay afloat?
It's more of giving back to the community and keeping our customers intact. Yeah.
If someone wants your services, how would you charge them?
Okay. Initially, we used to charge 30,000, for you to clear all the 9 languages. And that cash can be paid, or that fee can be paid in installments, or you can just pay it wholesomely if you're able to. And
okay, that is you training someone to understand how to make apps, right?
Yeah.
What if I just want an app and I have the concept with me? How do you charge that?
It's still the same because we have to start from square zero. So it's still the same price.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now that it's IT, do you have some online pages, accounts that people can look for you and like follow your work? And if they're interested, they just contact you.
One of my aspect is, in as much as it's telecommunication, you can't do something like web design and place it there for people to see. They'll not get the aspect of it. They have to, in as much as you place it there, they'll see it like a cartoon because this is something they're not used to.
Oh, they'll not understand.
It's marketing.
Yes.
So if it needs marketing, how do you go about that considering the situation?
Marketing, you can do, I have done posters, the soft posters, though I'm planning to do on the hard posters. And also, being that it's something that is dealing with online things, computers, whatever, so the soft aspect is helping so much because you can make the posters, send them to various WhatsApp groups, all the social media platforms. Yeah.
Okay, as we have a website, we have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, CubeTech Solutions on Facebook, both on Facebook and Instagram, and Twitter too, yeah.
Okay.
And one more thing,
Yeah.
sorry. We deal with softwares and hardwares too. We repair computers, like everything to do with IT.
Everything. So from software to hardware.
To hardware, yeah.
You handle that. Okay.
Advertisements.
Advertisements too. So do you have, okay, what kind of experts do you like need in your business? Like the employees you have, what kind of expertise do they have?
Okay, we have graphic designers, we have IT gurus, we have, okay, every department have at least someone.
In your case?
In my case, I don't have expertise. I'm the expert because I train, I teach. So when I teach, that person already becomes an expert. Because that person can now walk into an office and say, I want to make you a website. The hosting fee is this and this and this. Because the hosting fee is not within my power or that the person. That is something that is standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up, what's your professional background with regards to what you're currently doing? Your professional background, did you study that somewhere?
Yes, that was studied in Zalego. It's actually the director is the founder of Samsung. So at least Zalego gave that opportunity for me to study that. And that costed around 95,000. If were it not for that app that was created back in high school, actually I don't know where I could have got that 95,000 because it was a sponsorship because this person saw brains in me. So when he took that app, he went with it. Actually, I knew what I was doing because there is a pillar that I never gave him. So he had to come back to look for me.
Okay.
It needs smart brains. Just don't say everything like, now this is my app.
Sure.
You can use it. You can buy it. You still have to. That pillar.
So doing it in high school, did it mean that it's something you have had in you? Because in high school, I don't think the Kenyan system gave some preferential, training for you to know how to develop apps.
It's passion. It's something with me because I love computers and the stuff. So if it's passion, there was a technovation. Unlike clubs, there are drama, music, science congresses. So I was not part of science congress, but I was part of technovation team. So with that, we visited Safaricom House. And we were able, so that was my starting point. Because I was also on a platoon. I would take something and I dismantle it, and then I mantle it again. Yeah, so I think that aspect was just inborn. Yeah.
Okay. What's your professional background?
Okay, I'm a procurement officer, but okay, as time goes by, we all need to be diverse, and diversity got me to that, and I
Okay.
yes,
All right.
and I'm still doing that in the IT firm.
Farm.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, I'm also a teacher by profession. I teach physical health education.
Is that PE?
Yes.
Oh, so like, okay, that's a story for another day, I guess.
Yes.
All right, so as we wrap up the show, I would leave you two ladies to talk to the ladies out there because, you know, we could not end this show without talking about it. So give an inspiration to the ladies out there because you're making strides in your own industries and you should find a way of pulling their hands up and inspiring them to also make strides in their own ways.
Okay, thank you. One of the things I would love to tell the ladies out there is there is nothing for free. As I had earlier said, if you get something for free, think about it. It will haunt you, it will affect you, it will infect you, and it will kill you. Actually, so to the parents or to the mothers out there, or the female parents out there that do not want their girls or their ladies to go out there and look for something to fend for themselves in the right way, that attitude of, you know, you're a good girl, I don't want you to. No, let them get there and let them see it for themselves. And that fear of the unknown should stop. And if at all you know you are doing the right thing, just press on. I know parents are a major barrier between your success, or you feel that I want to do this, but my parent doesn't want me to do this. So it creates a bad rapport. And apart from that, like I would like to say, somebody with patience, actually even food, it comes with patience. If you are cooking it, you have to wait for water to boil so that you cook ugali. You can't put water, then you put ugali immediately. Just be patient and learn to understand that the generational aspect between your parents and you is different. So you are the one to make them understand that, Mom, Dad, this is what I want. This is the positive side. This is the negative side. And while you're doing that, make sure that the positive side it surpasses the negative aspect. That is all I can say. And above all, take care of yourselves during this period. People who are below 18, stay safe, take care. Above 18, I can't say much because actually you know what you are doing. So, but still, I can still say, just take care of yourself.
Wow, that is so powerful. If I add anything, I'm going to mess it up. So I'll just...
Okay, to the ladies, girl child out there, what I can advise you to do, the platform is given to all of us, both and female. Grab it, go for it. If an opportunity presents itself, don't hesitate to go for it. Because the world we're living in today, it's a competitive world. And if you have any power to do anything you can, don't stop. Don't limit yourself. Go and get whatever you can and make life going. Second of all, you need to be prayerful. Okay, first of all, you need to be prayerful. Discipline and self-respect is all that it takes. Self-respect and respect for others.
All right, now
Yeah.
that is to the female... okay.
In addition to the respect, if you can't respect yourself, I need you to note something, that the society needs your respect, your parents need your respect, the community at large needs your respect. So if you can't respect yourself, kindly respect the society. Yeah.
True.
Wow. Okay. I was about to say, now that's for the gents. We wrap it up. You know, I have to tell the gents something.
Kindly do.
But, you know, it's not going to be as powerful as what you've told the ladies. So that's where we wrap it up, okay? For the gents, just do your thing, you know, follow what Powell and the brother David is doing. And I hope to see you at the top. This has been the Magnates Lounge. It's a pleasure hosting you, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, so that was all for today from here at Kafith Digital TV on Facebook. I'm that you joined us for the show. See you at the top.